Alright, so this first game we're looking at, this is Out of Action. This game is currently on Steam as an early access. This game is highly addictive. I've known about this game for a while, but now that this game is finally out and I played it a little bit, I can definitely say this exceeded my expectations. And before, it was really just the shooting, the combat. That guy I just killed had his jetpack, shot him out the air, he blew up. That second guy popped up out of a shadow, basically. There's all kinds of upgrades in this game that are really the most interesting thing to me at this point, because I really love the weapons, I really love the combat as well, but the upgrades are insane. A lot of them aren't shown in this video. This is just basically just one map, one or two guns. But this game, as you can see in the corner, it's only a barely over a gigabyte. The maneuverability on this game is one of the main mechanics of what separates it from all the other games. This character I'm using, he just has a jetpack as well, and he propelled backwards but light the enemy on fire. His weapon has a target painter which shows those red diamonds. Even if you don't see someone, if they're in the way background of where you're aiming, it'll show them, and all of a sudden you have an extra kill. This is a clip of me trying to run up on some people and get a double kill. And the shooting is very technical, like I said. Lots of times I try to use a shotgun, and even if my slug doesn't make 100% contact, I try to get some of at least half of the pellet spread on that enemy. And if I'm able to run off, sometimes they'll bleed out. So that game is highly recommended. The second game, this is PUBG Blindspot. This game, as you can see in the top left corner, is also a small game file. So it might look like a mobile game, but it's not. This game is on Steam. It's currently keyboard and mouse only, I believe, but this game, when you learn how to play it, it gets really hectic. This is a basic team deathmatch, but they have an unranked mode, which functions a little bit more like Rainbow Six Siege, but the top-down view gets really interesting when you go into a building that has a lot of rooms. I like these team deathmatch maps because all 3 or 4 of them that they currently have are pretty different, but they some of them have open areas, and then some of them are a little bit more constricted because they're indoors, but the constriction is also very good because I've had some crazy battles on this one level that's indoors, really narrow. So as you can see, everything functions based off the point of views and the blind spot, which is why this game, the way to succeed is to always check your corners. And then the level as well makes a difference, whether you're standing or crouching. There's also a button to where you can aim lower, because sometimes people will be crouching and popping around a corner, so you gotta aim lower to kill. It gets really intense and really hectic. Even with the aim lower, I'm still not 100% used to that, but it makes a difference. There's a lot going on in this game, I'll say that. So I was able to use my blind spot when I knew that there was an enemy in this vicinity, saw him, tagged him, last kill. This game is highly recommended. So this third game, this is Skate. This one's free early access. Unlike the other 2 games, you can actually play this game with controller, and I believe this game's on all systems. So one thing I like about this game, I've done a previous video about it. You might have seen it. If you haven't, it's on my page. But this game is crossplay. You can play with whoever. I'm on PC and my homies are on PlayStation and Xbox. I've skated with all of them at the same time, I think. You can set up showdowns, I think they're called, where you can basically go anywhere, set up a little vicinity where people will score a certain amount of, or basically score points to see who gets the highest score. If you really take time in this game, you can really skate and pull off some crazy tricks. If there's any skate video that you love, you can basically redo the tricks that you see in that if you want. They're still adding stuff to this game, but for what they have so far, I like it. It's free, it's crossplay, it has a really good soundtrack, there's plenty of bloopers to be had. If you meet up with your friends, you can basically get off your board and climb buildings if you want. You can run a marathon. You can coffin down the street. Um, the only thing you can't do is the Rodney Mullen skating. Like you can't do the Rodney Mullen stuff. That's probably like the only thing I can think of right now that you can't do. But you can do crazy stuff. For example, if you're in the air and you do a grab on a half pipe, on your way down, if you know you're about to land crooked, you can judo foot plant on your way down in order to save it. Really technical technique. I found it out by accident, but I've been so happy ever since. So if you go to the link in my bio, I believe you can access this Twitch. All three of the games I just listed are games that I've recently played. They're games I plan on playing throughout the year. This list right here, it's going to change throughout the year, but those three games I believe are going to remain. Um, a lot of the game streams I did on my YouTube page within this last year were previews of games that I was streaming on the Twitch, and I always had in my mind that I was going to do a new video for the Poltergeist Arcade, which was going to be a different format, but it was still going to show the Twitch in order to get people a little bit familiar with it. So here's the thing with Twitch, you don't have to make an account. You could just click on it, pop in there, and watch. And if you do want to chat or anything like that, I think it will require you to make a Twitch, but definitely check it out.